Good morning, Stitchy friends. It's me, Dee Stitcher. Welcome to my May update. Today is actually June the 3rd. It's Saturday morning, but today is the first day that I've had a chance to give an update for my May progress. So, thank you all for joining me. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for returning. And if you are new here, I hope that you enjoy what I have to show you. So, May was an okay month. I stitched a lot on my main piece, which was Howling, and the Peacock Mystery Salve. Those are the two pieces that I focused on the most. But I also participated in the monthly challenge. Not as much as I typically do. Like the theme was Arctic, and I didn't do anything for that because I just I didn't feel like I needed a new. I don't have anything other than falling snow, and I didn't feel like stitching snow. And the acrostic was Borealis. And so I stitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 letters in Borealis, and I stitched on 6 of those letters. So let's start with the B, which is Eastern Beauty. So I did work on Eastern Beauty. Now, where is she? Here she is. We decided to name her Esmeralda because she now has a face. Well, it's not completed, but so this is her. Isn't she beautiful? I'll just bring that in for you. Her name is going to be Esmeralda. This is what she's going to look like when she's finished. And I worked on her for three days. Yeah, 3 days out of the month, in the beginning of the month, I think is when I worked on her. So that is Esmeralda. Eastern Beauty. Sorry. And then I pulled out a new piece that you haven't seen in a really, really long time. If you're new, then you haven't seen it at all. And that is I call it a flying owl. It's a Russian kit. I'll take it out of the packer so it's not so. So this is what I'm talking about. I call it Flying Owl. What its actual name is, I don't know because I can't read Russian. I started this probably in 2000. Oh, I started this for the leap year. This was my leap year new start. So next February in 2024 will be the next leap year. So this is, in February, it will be 4 years old, this piece. My goal was, and maybe still is, to have it finished for leap year for February, but we'll see. I stopped working on this when the Ukrainian war broke out. I didn't want to stitch on a Russian piece while they were attacking the Ukraine, so I stopped working on it. It's also a black fabric and it's hard to work on in the winter when there's so little sunlight. But I'm back to working on it. I have stitched and supported several Ukrainian designers in the meantime, and so I did that. So when I first started it, so this is it right here. The first part of my stitching, I stitched all of this head and his bottom wings here. So I worked on all of that. What I did this month was start the wing going out this way. So I stitched this right here this month. And so I'm working my way this way on his wing, flying this way. So I'm going to focus on this for the summer. Well, June and then the summer, July and August. And maybe September, until we lose our sunlight, and then, well, we'll see. Because if I want to get it done by February, then I'm going to have to work on it until February. So just pause that thought, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. So that was the O for Borealis, flying owl. Running horses was the R, and I didn't work on that. I feel like my Chinese kits are not really a priority in my stitching world. Yeah, I like to work on them, but if there's other things that I feel need to be done, then I'll do that. So that R was running horses. The E was European town, which was another no. The A was Alice in Wonderland, which I do believe I showed you last month. I think I showed you what I did for the May. I don't have it with me, so I'll show you that next month. And the L was Howling, which is one of my focus pieces. I stitched on this a lot. At the start of the month, I was at 43.78%. And as of the 1st, which was 3 days ago, I was at 47.10%. So I got a lot of stitching done. I'll just turn around and show it to you. So I managed to fill in all of the confetti stitches over here. There's a little bit just down here. So then I went across and I started filling in over here, which is what I'm in the process of doing, is filling in this part down here. So once all the stitches are filled in here, then I will move it down here. I will eventually move down. It's not like this hard line is from when I stopped stitching it in 2000, whenever I stopped stitching. And back then there was a pattern keeper. And so that's when I did the hard lines of the page. But now I just continue on as you do in pattern keeper, because it just keeps going. It's a nicer flow with a pattern keeper. So I'm very happy with this progress. Slow and steady wins the race, right? That is that one. I did manage, for the Howling, I did manage to up my stitches, because my goal was to do 100 stitches a day. So now I'm trying to do 200 stitches a day. And do I stitch on it every day? No. But it sure does help make the progress go faster. So I'm going to continue on that road. The L was Cliffside Tiles. I'm not sure if I showed this to you or not, did I? So if you're seeing this again because I worked on it for my May update, for my April update, then I'm sorry, but this is what I have done. I'm going to be working on this again very soon, like very soon. I have a Family Friday next Friday, this coming Friday, I guess. So I might work on it on the long weekend for me. Anyway, it's very beautiful. That is from Cliffside Stitches. It's a free cell that you can download. You go to their website and it's a free tile cell. They also have a blackwork one that is available too. Oh, Seahorse was S, and I didn't work on that. I meant to, but I just didn't get to it because I had other things that you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do my Peacock, which is what I'm going to show you. Oh, here it is right here. Right now. So I am so close to having this Peacock cell done. It is from Linen and Threads, which is now called Fox and Rabbit. I started this 2019 when the sal began. and then I stopped stitching for several years, but I do want to get this done. So it's partly on the hue snap. So I'm just going to show you it here. So some of these butterflies I think I went across here for when I was at the retreat, because I did bring this to the retreat, Stitch North. But since then I've done down here, and I've even started this purple band that's going around, which is very easy to stitch. So I did this, and I did this, and now I'm making my way down here. And I don't know if I'm going to get this done this month, but if it doesn't get done this month in June, then it will be done in the better half of July. I start my summer holidays June 30th, June 29th, I believe is my last day of school. And then I'm off for 2 months. So I'll get lots of stitching done then. So that's Peacock Cell, aiming for a finish, which is why I didn't stitch on all of the acrostics this month, and which is why I will not be stitching on the acrostics for next month, but I'll get into plans for that. I still have 2 more pieces to show you. 3 more pieces to show you. Double Dutch sail. Oh, I worked on that. So this is what I did. I finished the alphabet Hallelujah, and I think I did the red here and the coming across, and then I'm bringing the border down. I'll bring it down as far as I can, and then I'll get into the motifs that are in here, and I'll roll this bad boy up. Next time I work on it, I'll probably work down here, and then I'll roll it up. It needs to be rolled up to work on. I think there's bigger motifs which won't fit in this area, so I'll have to roll it up. Now my Sunday pieces, which are Family from Emma Congdon and my 101 alphabet. So this is Family. This is what I have done so far. Yeah, I'm on the second page of it now, so I'm on the bottom half of it. We'll see how fast this goes. I would like this to be finished this year. This year I would like it to be finished. That's that one. And the last piece I have is my 101 alphabet, which I work on every Sunday, which I did work on every Sunday. I'll be working on it again tomorrow. My blanket. I am on page 2, I believe. I'm on page 2. Well, not page 2, but you know, page 2 of this third row. I might have to, I messed up somewhere. So I might have to remove this alphabet and move it over because there's a motif that's supposed to be in here. So this alphabet is out. And do I really care if, like, as long as, how do I say this? As long as this lines up here, the beginning, and all the way over here, and this lines up over here. Do I care if the alphabets and the motifs are 1 or 2 stitches out? No, I don't. Does it really matter? No. As long as the edges match up. But this alphabet does bother me, and this is how it's charted, this A and B, but I don't like that. I want the A to be closer to the B. So, pardon my dirty fingernails. I work in the garden a lot, and I can't find my gloves half the time. Yeah, so I might pick this out and move it over because I don't want it to be too out. But we'll see. I'll figure that out tomorrow. And that is, for Mother's Day, I had a new start. It's just a tiny one. I didn't want a big, huge start for Mother's Day because I was too busy working on the Peacock and Howling. But I did buy myself some new patterns for Mother's Day. And one of those patterns was from Choo Choo. It's on Etsy. And I bought a Mario pattern, which I didn't, that's not the one I started. But I started, where is it? It's over here. It's, I don't know if, I don't play it, but my children do. They play this game called Stardew Valley. And, it's, we have chickens as well. Yesterday, one of them started to be broody, and so she is laying on the nest, and she's been laying on the nest for like one whole day, and it takes 21 days to hatch a little baby chick. So she's got 20 days left to sit on that nest before there's a chick. But we're letting her be. This has never happened to us before, but anyway, we have chickens, which is why I chose this pattern. It says, I have to go, my chickens need me. And then there is, there's going to be 3 chickens here. And once you get them done, you'll recognize that they are chickens from Stardew Valley. Anyway, I thought it was cute. And my kids thought it was cute, I think. They're like, that's Stardew Valley. That was my Mother's Day start. And that's all I stitched for this month, which I think is pretty good. I have some exciting news. It might not be so exciting for my stitching, but it's exciting news for me. I got accepted into school at Grant MacEwan. It's a university in Edmonton, Alberta. I will be taking the SLPA program, which stands for Speech and Language Therapy Assistant. Currently, I am an educational assistant, and I do work with children with severe speech and language delays. And so I wanted to pick a lane within the EA umbrella, under the EA umbrella. And when you're an EA, you're either working with severe autism or severe speech and language, or Jordan Principle kids, which are children of Aboriginal status who need help in learning. And sometimes they're all mixed together. But I really like working with the severe speech and language, and so I'm going to get certified in that. It is only part-time because I have to do it distance. I can't move to Edmonton to go to school. I can't quit my job to go to school. I can't move to Edmonton to go to school. So I will be taking it online through distance learning. And it is a part-time program. I don't think I could do full-time and work. So it's part-time. And I did through distance. So I will be doing that come September. So how will that affect my stitching? I'm not sure. I will have to make school a priority. But I will enjoy the time that I have to stitch right now. So I thought, seeing that my last day of school is on the 29th, and I start summer holidays on the 30th, that I would start a kit that I bought at Stitch North. Basically, our whole table bought this kit. And I'm not sure if they're going to be joining me or not. I mentioned to them that I will be starting it, just because I'm afraid that if I don't start it while I have time, then I'm not going to start it. And I do want to have this done by the time I go to Stitch North next April. So I figured, why not start it and work on it over the course of the summer? So this is the pattern that I am going to be starting. You should see this stitched up. It's so beautiful. But this is it. It's called Celtic Mosaic, and it is by Textured Treasures. These are fastly becoming one of my favorite designers. I've never heard of them until I went to Stitch North and I saw their pieces hanging up, and they were just I'm a sucker for specialty stitches, which there's specialty stitches here, and I think that's it. There might be something in the middle there. I don't know. But just, I don't know. It's just so beautiful. Here's the back. You get the fabric. You get the DMC floss. And you get, there's 2 treasure braids. And then there's this light effects. And then there's a little bit of a more rainbow gallery thread. But I will bring you on this journey come at the end of the month, and so that's what I will be starting for my summer holidays. For June, I'm not going to be doing the theme is animals, and so I decided to keep with that theme, but I'm not going to be doing the acrostic because acrostic was manure. I think it was farm animals and manure, and none of my pieces fit manure. And I'm not starting a whole bunch of new pieces just so that I can do the acrostic. That's just not happening. So I decided to stick with the theme animals. Howling is an animal. The peacock sampler is an animal. The owl is an animal. I could see if I could put in seahorse, because that's a horse on a beach. And then, of course, my chickens. So I'm going to try and work on those 5 animal projects. And then, of course, I'm going to be sticking with my 101 alphabet on Sundays, my family on Sundays, my double Dutch sampler, which will get its 3 days, a cliffside tile, which will get its tile, and Alice in Wonderland, which will get probably 3 days. So we'll see what I can get done in June. We'll see. I'm spending more time outside because we do currently have a garden. Right now we have potatoes planted and they're growing rapidly because we got, you guys, we had 2 days of a glorious thunderstorm and it poured rain. And I tell you, and I know Nova Scotia is severely struggling right now with wildfires and drought, but so is Alberta. Alberta was severely, and still is, up. Like, I know I'm in northern Alberta, but north Alberta, like Fort Chip, they are still struggling up there. That's even more north than Fort McMurray, Fort Chip. And so they're still struggling up there. But we got 2 glorious thunderstorms, 2 glorious days of rain. And so things are growing and things are green. And we're allowed to have campfires now. But we have potatoes planted and growing. We have carrots that are planting and growing. We have garlic that I planted, so it's not coming up yet. I have cucumbers that are coming up and growing. And then I have watermelon and spaghetti squash and pumpkins that are starting to sprout. I also have, of course, lettuce, broccoli, and I think that's it. I think that's all. So I spend more time outside in my garden and weeding and making sure that it's watered when we're not having rain. And so we will see. But that's all I have for you today. I hope that everyone is well and having a fantastic stitchy month. And please like and subscribe. Please comment. I like to talk to you guys and meet new people. So please comment down below. If you have any questions, please put them below. And take care and happy stitching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.